Hi everybody, I hope you all are great. Today we'll have reference skills. First you have to log in using the apostn.com. Click on move on to language at the grade 7. Chapter is reference skills and lesson is use guide words, users, entries. Okay, so guide words appear on each page of a dictionary. They tell you the first word and the last word on the page. The other words on the page come between guide words in alphabetical order, okay? So to put words in alphabetical order, you have to put them in order by their first letters. So first letters, okay? Now if the first letter is the same, you have to look at the second. And if the second is the same, you look at the third as well, and that's how it keeps going. If the third is the same, you look at the fourth until you figure out the right alphabetical order, okay? If one word is shorter and there are no more words to compare, then the shorter word will come first in alphabetical order. For example, we have B, and we have bed, right? So because B is short, it comes first in the right order. Okay? So, put the words in alphabetical order. We have ocean, we have on, and we have opera. Okay, so since on is shorter between the guide words ocean to opera, it will be found on that page. Okay, so this is the word that you need to check. Is it gonna be found in between ocean to opera? So of course it's shorter, so definitely you're going to find on. Okay. So would you find the word dungeon on a dictionary page with the following guide word? We have depend to disguise. So DE, because the first letters are all the same. So DE. So dungeon is what DU. So of course you cannot find U in between E to I. Okay, so you have to make sure that if the first letters are the same, you check the second, okay? So, which word would you find on a dictionary page with the following guide word? We have yes to young. So, yes and young. Okay. So, we have yan and we also have yield. So, of course, you would find what's yield because yan is YA. So, A is already gone. So, we have E to O. So, in between E to O, of course, you can find I yields. Okay. Alright, so which word would you find on the dictionary page with the following guide word? We have college and we have curve. So we have circus and we have crown, right? So college is O and curve is U, right? So O to U. Of course, we cannot find circles because it is I that is the second letter and I is in front, okay? So you have I, of course, before you have O later on in the alphabet. But we have crown and R is in between O to U. So in between these alphabets, when you see the alphabet completely, you're definitely going to get R, okay? So let's move on to the test and you share your answers. So would you find the word dungeon on the dictionary page with the following guide word depend to disguise? Yes or no? Okay, so we have no. We cannot find dungeon in between. So which word would you find in between might to myself? Is it the first or the second? So we can find musical. Okay, so which word would you find between yes to young, young or yield? So we have yield, then adults to anybody. Would you find artificial in between or not? Okay, so we have no. Then which one would you find in between behalf to bread? Is it bad or blonde? All right, so we have the second. Then would you find the word sports in between shrill to extreme? First, second. Okay, so do we have spots in between this? Yes. Right, so we're going to move on to the next lesson. Just tell me if you have any question before we continue. Right, so it SARS lists synonyms, okay? So which are words with the same meaning or almost the same meaning? If a word is not familiar, the synonym is a thesaurus can help you understand it better, okay? So you have to note that it also means the synonym of the word. So if you don't know the word, the synonym will help you identify the word, okay? So let's look at this here. We have look at this thesaurus entry. We have corrosive. We have part of speech is adjective. Definition is destructive, causing damage to a chemical process. Now the synonyms are what? Abrasive, acidic, erosive, wearing. Okay. So what's what do corrosive substance do to metal? What can you say? Break it down because you've seen the whole list and you can now figure out what it does to a metal, right? Okay. So we have credible, part of speech is adjective, definition able to be believed, and the synonyms are believable, certain, convincing, dependable, reliable. So which is more likely to be called credible? We have what? A promise from a good friend. Okay. Okay, so we have mobilize, part of speech is verb, and definition is to move. And then the synonyms are assemble, call up, motivate, propel, push, and rally. So we have what here? What might someone mobilize? We have a group of volunteer. Okay, so let's go to the test and you can share your answers with me. Alright, so look at the thesaurus entry. We have listless, adjective without energy, idle, inactive, lazy. So, who is more likely to be described as listless? First to second. So we have what? Someone who is bored. Okay. So we have heard. It's a part of speech verb. Definition is to accumulate, and then synonyms are amass, collect, reserve. So if you heard something, what are you likely to do with it? Use it or protect it. So you protect it, okay? If you heard something, you protect it. So it's this one. Just select this one, not this, okay? So endowments, part of speeches now. Definition: money given to support something. Award is a synonym: donation, fund, and grant. So what's the right answer here? Which is an endowment? First or second? Okay, so we have what? Money given to words. A school. So we have abbreviate, part of speech, verb to shorten. So synonyms are compress, condense, lessen, reduce. So which might someone abbreviate first or second? So what do we have? Okay. Then we have attain, part of speech verb to reach as an end. Then synonyms are accomplish, achieve, reach, realize. Which might someone attain a goal or your destination on a car trip? All right, so we have what? All right, so you attain a goal. All right, that's it for our lesson today on the reference skills. Can you tell me if you have any question? All right, since we have no question, we'll end here. Complete this lesson if you haven't. See you next time. Bye.